We're going to switch over into our Chicago Bears once again. We're going to switch in. We told you guys we're going to be doing the mock draft for our next pod. We're going to dedicate most of the time to that, pretty much all of the time to that. We've discussed it already. But I told you guys that we would like to do position breakdowns, and we still will do this even when we do the mock. We'll still do some position breakdowns. They're going to be key position breakdowns up until the draft starts. So we decided today that, obviously next week is the mock. We're going to do some position breakdowns of wide receivers and running backs. I thought that today would be a perfect time to do that, just get us excited about everything. So I wrote some things down. I did a lot of research, wrote some stuff down.
I'll be right back, though.
Okay, you go ahead and do what you got to do. What you got to do? You got to pee-pee?
You read your stats.
I'm going to read my stats. So we got Allen Robinson as our number one receiver here for it's like a bar in here. I don't know what you want me to tell you. We're not professional at all. We're just having fun, drinking some Revolution beer, having fun with you guys. But our number one receiver, Allen Robinson, who we just signed from Jacksonville. I'm not going to read you his stats from last year because I believe he had one reception, but I'll give you the stats from 15 and 16. So in 2015, Allen Robinson had 80 receptions for 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns. Great year. That's number one receiver stuff. In 16, he had 73 receptions for 883 yards and 6 touchdowns. Still a beast. Got some more intention on him. Whatever. I would say our second receiver is Cameron Meredith. Also very, very something that we need to be concerned about. Also coming off a torn ACL. You're hearing the toilet flush up there, if you're wondering. Also coming off a torn ACL. He had 11 receptions in 15 for 120 yards and 0 touchdowns. Didn't get a lot of playing time. If you're a Bears fan, he was there and there type deal. In 2016 was the breakout year for him, where he had 66 receptions for 888 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's 2016. The new blood that we have brought onto the team, Taylor Gabriel. 16.
Big fan.
Right. We're going to skip to 16 for him because he played all last year.
Right.
So in 16, he had 35 receptions for 579 yards and 6 touchdowns. Your typical slot receiver, that guy that gets you to big plays. He's not targeted at every, possession, but he is there and he does make the plays. And in 17, he had a drop-off of 33 receptions for 378 yards and only 1 touchdown for Taylor Gabriel last year, which is funny because he actually missed 3 games in 16, and he played every one of them last year for Atlanta. And he went down in and catches and yards.
The Falcons' offense wasn't as explosive as it was the year before.
Another receiver that I want to tell you guys to be out on the look for is Kevin White. And the reason I bring up Kevin White, and I get a lot of hate for this, even from my friends, whatever, I'm not willing to say Kevin White's not going to be good. He's a 6'3", 219-pound wide receiver with speed behind him and hands. If he could stay healthy, this dude in the rotation of receivers that we have is going to be something to be reckoned with if he stays healthy. But career-wise, nothing great. 21 career receptions for 193 yards and 0 touchdowns. So if he stays healthy, obviously look for him to break out this year. And then my least favorite person I'm going to read off, Josh Bellamy. I'm only reading you last year's stats. 24 receptions, 376 yards, 1 touchdown. Now, if he's my 5th receiver, I'm not mad about it because Josh Bellamy had some amazing catches last year, but he also had some crucial drops last year. So, as my wide receivers go, that's about it. I look for something out of Allen Robinson, obviously, it would be barring staying healthy, and Cameron Meredith being our because I do think that even, Cameron Meredith was a number 1 receiver on this team.
Right.
And he was developing before he got hurt. Mm-hmm. You add Allen Robinson to that mix, and then a speedy slot receiver like Taylor Gabriel, and then another as your 4th, having a guy with hands like Kevin White, that might be very, very, very hard for other teams to deal with.
I agree. I still see the wide receiver position, and I know they won't address it in the early rounds, as maybe something that they address in the draft.
I can see he's probably 5th or 6th round.
Because the way I see Bellamy, he's a special teamer.
Oh, he's so expendable. It's not even funny.
And competition at that position is always always warned. I mean, you should always have competition at the wide receiver position.
Right.
And I think that this is a deep draft when it comes to that position. So maybe in the 5th and 6th rounds, they can acquire somebody who's, worked. I see you dropped your phone. I had to use the restroom.
6 times I've dropped it.
You've been on a run today.
I've been drinking.
But I like the core that the Bears have gotten. We've obviously talked in depth about A-Rob. I think that he's going to kind of transition this offense into maybe blowing the top off of a lot of defenses.
Right.
That's something that they didn't have the ability to do last year. Mitch didn't really have anybody to throw to.
No.
None of the positions that we're talking about today and the stats you read, it doesn't make any difference if there's no offensive line. They need to address the offensive line. And I don't know if they're going to do it in the first round. We're going to do a 7-round mock coming up, and we can dive into, the picks that we think they're going to be at. And I think that when we finally do our research for it, which we've done some already, but we want to make sure this is the best, 7-round mock that we can give you for the Bears.
Yeah, we've done some of it already, but I didn't feel comfortable with what I had to present, and I want to dive more in.
Right.
So
we're trying to make a big pot out of that because obviously that the viewers, you guys enjoy the mock drafts.
The Bears and the Bulls videos have been nothing but fantastic.
Yeah,
feedback wise and everything. So I want to make sure that I do the best that I possibly can,
and
which is why we delayed it 1 week.
I'm going to plug some of the baseball stuff on this.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we're going to keep talking Bears here, but I know you guys some of you aren't big baseball people. We understand that, but give them a look.
Give them a look, man. Enjoy some good sports.
It's cool to watch every Chicago team, because all your friends I'm sure are talking baseball, and you might we'll try to give you some talking points for it.
Exactly.
So
something that you can have to go to your friends and be like, hey, this guy's good, this guy's good, this
guy's
good.
But back to the Bears, I hope that they address the offensive line position because those running backs and wide receivers,
they need help.
It doesn't matter. They can't.
Right.
Mitch can't throw him the ball if he doesn't have time to throw him the ball.
Exactly. He'll create something with his feet.
And the Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen can't. They can't find running lanes.
That's actually a good lead into the running back segment.
Right.
Like he said, we need help on the offensive line. I think that will be addressed. But as of last year, I'm giving you guys last year's stats because Tariq Cohen was a rookie. Last year's stats, 1,122 yards for our boy, Jordan Howard. 9 touchdowns on the ground. 23 receptions for 125 yards.
Okay.
0 TDs there for receptions, which is fine. Tariq Cohen.
Yeah, he can't catch out of the backfield anyway. That's not what he's built for.
No, Jordan Howard, no. Tariq Cohen last year, 87 attempts on the ground, 373 yards, which, if you guys know, it's not very good. But 2 touchdowns, okay. This is where he blows you out the water. Tariq Cohen last year, 53 receptions. Awesome out of the backfield. And as a rookie, fantastic. 53 receptions out of the backfield for 353 yards and 1 touchdown.
And I wonder what their plan is for Tariq Cohen.
I think he's that guy.
But are they going to use him in the backfield, or are they going to split him in the slot? Because that's what he was doing a lot at the end of the year. I know it's a Dow Loggins. That's the Dow Loggins offense. I know that Matt Nagy is not going to run.
Not Helfrich or Nagy.
He's not going to run things, but it's something that they could look at. Because Tariq Cohen is a mismatch when it comes to the slot.
I think he's the strongest person on our offense. That kid took so many big hits last year and kept his head up, and he kept moving.
He looks just like Kevin Hart to me. You ever look at him? He looks like Kevin Hart.
No.
He looks like a real buff Kevin Hart.
No, I'm not ready. It's fantastic. But no, I think that this year with our wide receiver breakdown and our running back breakdown, I am very, very, very optimistic. It's hard doing this for us right now because the offseason's not done yet.
Right. No, there's plenty more.
We still have plenty more time to go here.
And there's plenty more positions.
Right now? March?
There's plenty, yeah.
We got April, May, June, July, August, and then we get into preseason football.
And there's plenty of time and positions to fill for the Bears because there is still I've come to the point in the draft where if they've if they've evaluated a guy better suited, but it's the best position, pick the best position, pick the best player.
I'm with you on that.
Because I know that there's some talk that they should pick an offensive lineman. They should pick, obviously before they got an A-Rob, there was talk, take Calvin Ridley, take Sutton from.
I'm very glad we went and got an established guy, even though coming off an ACL tear. I think that A-Rob, with the optimism that he shows, I'm very excited.
There's some talk at the safety position that maybe they take.
That still needs to be addressed.
Fitzpatrick.
Can I say something real quick?
What's that?
We were not. I'm not being defensive. We were not dissing Amos.
No, absolutely not.
That
guy was elite last year.
Yeah, he was great. But
graded on Pro Football Focus, he was a 2.3 last year. I think that's 92.3.
92.3. Yeah,
not 2.3.
We're not hating, terrible. But I do think we can improve. Just because we say that we think we can improve doesn't mean we're hating.
My idea with Minkah Fitzpatrick is to have him play the corner. It's not to play the safety position.
Okay.
And I know that
me too. I'm the same way.
And I know that he can do. I think he could do both.
Right.
I think that he's big enough to do both.
Right.
We've talked about the corner position. I think that Josh Jackson is.
I like Josh Jackson. I also like Denzel
He's a ball
Ward.
And I wouldn't mind saying
Denzel Ward's a first-round cornerback.
I agree.
He's got first-round talent.
He's a good player. I've watched enough of Jackson to.
Right.
Obviously, my sister being at Iowa.
Right.
I like that kid. And converted wide receiver, they always say that, a cornerback is a failed wide receiver, a guy who can't catch. This guy can catch. This guy was cutting end routes. He was cutting, your outs. He was with every step of the way. And I like corners who think like a receiver.
Right, me too.
That's...
What route are you going to run and how am I going to jump it?
Right.
Exactly. That separates the regular corners, Kyle Fuller, from the elite.
Well, but see, then that translates into, we had another comment underneath on the YouTube saying that, the turnovers don't get solved, that there's no pass rush. Absolutely. But
you still got Goldman. You still got Akeem Hicks.
Yeah, but we need more.
Yeah, we do need more.
But what's going to be there at 8 that is going to be...
Well, Bradley Chubb ain't going to be there at 8.
I don't think so either.
So you want to trade up?
I mean, Edmonds...
Okay, so Edmonds is good, obviously, with our first-round pick. The kid from Georgia, I had his name written down, and I'm pretty sure it's actually on my second sheet here. He's the pass rusher.
Smith.
Yeah, was that it?
The middle linebacker?
No.
Oh, pass rusher.
Lorenzo Carter from Georgia.
Now, is that a second round?
That's a second-round pick.
Okay.
And I
thought you were talking about linebacker at that point.
I'm so happy I keep my notes. No, he's a pass rusher. He can be an end.
Okay.
He's a badass. He's fast.
Yeah, but see, what we're looking for is an outside linebacker at this point, because in the 4-3 we're going to need somebody to replace what Pernell McPhee was.
McPhee was
never really on the field. But I'm just saying,
we kept Timu. We got Kwiatkowski. We've got the leadership in the linebacker core to be okay.
I still would love that beast of linebacker, though.
Me too.
I want that guy running around making plays.
Hey, don't get me wrong, man. If we go in the first round, we take Edmonds.
I'd be okay with it.
And then we go and we take the kid from Georgia I was just talking about.
Yeah, but we need the Bears. The thing is, there's no bad pick if you go lineman, corner,
backer,
pass rusher.
Oh, pass rusher. Okay, yeah. No, there's not.
To me, there's no bad pick there.
Right.
Because if you take Nelson, you're protecting Mitch Trubisky. When you buy a car, you buy the insurance.
But free agency is still active,
right? But see, this is why this is so tough. It's so, the what ifs are like.
Ask for it. It's so new, and
like
it's too early. But
right, but hey, I love the enthusiasm about the Bears. I
Absolutely.
love it
because everybody knows it.
Because
we're going to be all right.
We're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I just it's so hard for us to, and we're going to pick a 7-round mock based on who we think is the top talents for these guys,
right?
And for the Bears, but when we dive into that, it's going to be tough to do because I wouldn't even be surprised if the Bears trade down.
Oh, neither would I.
Because
it's so hard.
They need so much help.
It's so hard to do a one-team mock draft.
Right.
It's tough,
and we're going to do it. We're going to dive right into it.
I'm going to give it my all.
Right.
But leaving this, not just leaving this, we're still in the same conversation, but you guys that are watching or listening on iTunes, watching on YouTube, whatever, if you could comment down below again, hit the like and sub button if you don't mind. But if you can comment down below and tell us what position breakdown you guys want for next week. I picked wide receiver and running back because I figured that'd be fun. I figured that'd be a fun thing. Do you want an O-line breakdown? Do you want a quarterback breakdown? You want to go to the defensive side of the ball?
And I think we could probably dive back into a lot of these before preseason.
Oh, absolutely. We're starting so early we can get into this again. So we can give our early position breakdowns, and then we can give our set prediction breakdowns before preseason starts,
right?
To know who's on our team and then who makes our 53-man roster.
We will actually do a full pod, I think, based on our 53.
It'll be all
roster.
Bears, all Bears.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
We may film 2 that day. It might be a 40-minute segment for the Bears, and then maybe at that point, maybe you're talking a little bit of draft, and you're talking a lot of the Bulls. Yeah, and obviously you'll be in the heat of it's going to be a lot of content this summer.
Yeah, there's a lot of content that's going to be thrown your way. Like in the summer, even though a lot of things aren't going on, you're waiting for football. Basketball has just ended. We're waiting for the draft, but baseball's full effect swinging. We're like so high on sports, we don't know where to go. You know. So,
and my thing for all the listeners, link us to your Bluetooth. Listen to us.
Yeah.
We'll have plenty of content for you guys. Strictly Chicago sports,
and it's content that we want you guys to hear. Like it's content we want you to hear, and it's content that we want you guys to give us advice on. Like we're not experts, man. We're sitting here drinking beer in a basement.
It's almost like you crack open a beer while we're sitting here talking about it.
We're having a conversation with you,
and that's how you have a conversation with us. You comment underneath in that YouTube, and then we bring it in
or tweet us. Exactly.
But this is what this is. We're based. We're going to go as far as you let us go. So, but like we said, it's going to be a lot of content for the summer, and
this summer's gonna be crazy.
I'm ready to talk a lot of Bears.
The optimism is
through the roof for these Bears,
and we have not felt that way in a long time. Shout out, orange jerseys coming back.
Yeah, hell yeah, we did it.
Sign the petition, baby. But we have a lot of stuff coming at you guys this summer. During these upcoming months, even with the baby coming, we have a lot of stuff coming at you guys.
Maybe have the baby on the pod one time.
I'm hoping she just. Well, yeah, I can put her in a car seat right here. Be sitting right in the middle. We'll have our new. We'll have our new.
Yeah, which look out. We're excited to bring in the new equipment.
We're gonna have our new equipment next pod, man. So.
I know that we've gotten some comments about the thud. I'm sure we thudded this whole time.
Oh, I'm sure we got excited. Putting the beer down, going like
absolutely
a little bit of
doing some typing and
a lot of stuff.
No, we're investing in you guys because you guys invested your time in us.
Exactly. So that's why we decided. Juice and I decided to get. He was like, man, we should probably get better equipment. And I'm like, I'm all about it. My wife is a musician. This is actually her mic. Like she let us borrow this and have it. Let us do our thing with it. And she's got CDs released online and whatnot. And
are you plugging her right now?
A little bit, but she let us borrow all this. But when you guys came at us and you're like, hey man, it's like we hear this thing in the background here, or we hear this here. You got a thud here. We love your show, but I couldn't really take the thud. Juice and I decided, you know what, we're going to do this right. You guys have been nothing but good to us this whole time.
We love every single one of our listeners.
We decided to invest in actual equipment.
Yeah.
So we're going to have this next pod, you're going to see us with the whole nine, like a Joe Rogan podcast. You're going to see us with headphones. You're going to see us with mics. You're going to see it, you're going to see us with everything. So we just got to wait for it to get here, and we got to figure out how to set it all up, and then we'll be here. But
that's the fun of it.
It is the fun of it. I have nothing but a good time. But, yeah, exactly. So, again, fans, let us know. What position breakdowns do you want next pod? We'll give it to you. If you want to talk Bears, Bulls, whatever you want us to talk, let us know.
We'll probably dive back into the wide receivers and the running backs.
We'll also dive into the Masters.
Yeah, we'll talk some Masters.
Because we had some golf fans, man.
Right.
We did.
Absolutely.
We're not going to ignore anybody. We're not going to ignore you. So,
except for my mom, who asked if we would do tennis talk.
Not doing tennis.
I'm not talking.
Absolutely
tennis.
Not. Sorry. Go Serena.
That's the only one we know. That's probably why you said it.
Exactly. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys were watching us on YouTube, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and throw us a comment if you want to hear us talk about certain stuff. If you're hearing us on iTunes, please drop us a 5-star rating if you can, if you think we're worthy, and a comment down there. Just to let other people know who are looking at it what you thought of it. Go to patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcasts. You can donate, earn yourself some cool prizes, be a part of a podcast. Honestly, with the Patreon site and stuff like that, if you guys donate, even tweet at us. We're going to be at Bears games this year, guys.
come on by.
If you want to come on by, and we'll bring our equipment, and we will do a live pod with our new equipment from Soldier Field.
Amazing.
That would be amazing.
That's a goal.
That's something that is something cool to look at. Be sure you follow us on Twitter at MVP Juiceman, at MVP Buzzweed. Give us a check out. You know what I'm saying? If again, we're so grateful for everybody that has listened, and everybody has taken time to listen and comment and whatever, and give us your opinions on our podcast. Tell us if you like it, if you hate it, whatever. If you keep coming back, that's good for us. We're having fun, man. We're having a good time. But I think that's about it, man. For my man Juice. I am Buzz. You know where to find us. Most Valuable Podcast. We're taking it straight to the top. You guys have a great day.
Have a good week.
And we'll see you next week. I'll probably be a father at the time, and he'll be an uncle. Later.